Masu. Yeah. Ready to rock and roll? Holy ones? Machiwa. Microphone. Let's get this closer. Greetings, Makaya. Masutas. Blessings to all of you, holy ones. Thank you for coming into this amazing space that our family comes together twice a week. Tuesdays and Saturdays between 6 p.m. and usually 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I thank all of you so much for being here with me, and we'll just get started. We're going to be talking about angels and fallen angels and how that's related to extraterrestrials, and how angels are actually a part of our spiritual evolution on our way up towards Source God. Oops, this charcoal's falling apart on the floor. This is connected to spiritual ascension. When you go through ascension, you go to the next higher dimension. You're going into a new body, a new level of consciousness. And we do this 12 times. Well, we do a lot more than that, but our main dimensional jumps are going to be from here 3 to 12. Third dimension, fourth dimension, fifth dimension, sixth dimension, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 dimensions, 12 jumps. And the sixth jump, the 6th, 7, 8, and 9 are all angels levels. That's not what you're taught in religion. You're taught that these are divine servants of God and they interact with the humans, and some of them fell. That is a narrative out there. That is a belief. Those are beliefs out there. We're talking from the Emerald Order point of view. And perspective, and this is our teachings called the Emerald Order Freedom Teachings, as originally taught by Ashiana, speaker number 1. And so they talk about the real history of the human race and how we've been affected by angels, which are actually beings from other worlds. That's an extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrials from other worlds. Being labeled angels. So this is a perspective and a point of view that we're going to be talking about tonight. So I welcome all of you to this conversation. Thank you for being here with us. Let me just light my incense real quick and I'll say hello to everybody. I want to make sure that it's okay. Looks like it's okay. Coming on in. Machiwa. And I've seen these angels, and some of you have seen these beings, otherworldly beings. Some of them are intruder races. They're anti-God. Some of them are anti-God, anti-earth, anti-human. They're not in our best interest, those races. I always forget my amber. I'm sorry, guys. Well, not always, but... Woohoo! Party time! Ah, yes, baby. What's up? luxurious resin. And one of the strongest ones. There we go. We took care of our spiritual hygiene. Machiwa, which I recommend that you guys do regularly. Invest in some incense, even if it's just frankincense. Frankincense will do the job for you. Smother yourself, bathe yourself in this resin. It's historically used by many cultures for this purpose of cleansing and protecting your space. You have a light body all around you, different layers of your light body. This is helping to cleanse that light body. Machiwa. Thank you, Holy Ones. Stay hydrated. So I welcome all the different beliefs, and you guys can disagree. You're welcome to write your disagreement in chat, as long as you're respectful to other people's beliefs. We got Indigo Wizard, yo, Anuhazi, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? I mean, a lot of you guys are my friends, and I'm so grateful to have you in my life. I don't see much of my family because they live in Tucson, Arizona. Some of them are in Phoenix. So it's just mostly a holiday thing, right? For some of the relatives. But you guys, I'm pretty much seeing on a regular basis, right? Talking, communicating, socializing online even. We got Leo Murray in the house. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Good to have you. We got Mr. Falcon X91, Machiwa avatar, to you too as well, brother. And realize that we're all Christos avatars. The entire human race are Christos avatars. If you're human, you were designed, created by the 12-strand template, divine blueprint. The DNA template of the human genome is a 12-strand template. You're an avatar too, Holy One. Machiwa. We also got Celine, Star Sister, Machiwa to you, big hugs. So happy to see you. Thank you for the moderators, for watching our back while we do our lives here in our community, because not everyone likes this message. All right, there's a lot of haters out there who are following, even if they're not aware of it, following the path of chaos. And we deal with that in our personal lives, in our Christos avatar, group. We deal with trolls. They attack us. They attack us personally or the work. They can't discredit the inner Christos teachings. They can try. It's a universal thing, not a limited to earth thing or some religious dogma. This is universal and can be confirmed within your own direct connection to source. All beings, all humans, all animals, all insects, everything has a direct vertical connection to source God. Machiwa. So I thank all of you for bringing in and sharing your space, your codes, holding space with us, like our communion, like our ritual. Elephant Tusk, good evening, Holy One. Good to see you, Elephant Tusk. Got James Iano, buddy boy, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. How you doing? Good to have you. We got Sandra, one of our 6-month members or plus. Hello, Sandra. Good to see you, sister. Bless you. Thank you for your positive energies. We also got Maya. Greetings, Mashiwa. That's another way to say it. We actually say machiwa. Thank you, Maya. Bless you, sister. What did I have for dinner? Well, it's only 6:30 here, but I did eat a smoothie, which includes strawberries, blueberries, banana, ginger, spinach, some pepper, black pepper, some cinnamon, some coconut milk, some ice cubes. That was my dinner. Bless you. Pretty good, too. Etheric Prisms 111. Hello, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to have you, man. I want to say that I've seen so many 11s today. 111, just like your name. And I'm seeing it again right there. I saw 1122 all today, several times today. And I do things like jump on my trampoline. I time it. And I saw those numbers come up. I see it come up somewhere online. I'll see it on the clock. I'll see it here, Machiwa. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you to the universe, the cosmos, right? Kimberly, can you assist me with any information you know about twin flames, please? Welcome, Kimberly. So glad to have you, sister. Sure, we'll talk about that. Tonight's about angels, but we'll talk about that real quick. It's not like, we see in New Age. Okay? So what my answer will be from the Emerald Order Inner Christos perspective. And so there's actually a difference, you guys, between soulmates and twin flames, but we have both. Remember, we're multi-dimensional beings. So part of the explanation of a twin flame is talking about the multi-dimensional identity. You live now, you lived before, you're going to live after. The truth is, it's all happening simultaneously, but I don't want to get too confusing. A lot of you know that. There's no space-time, it's just the illusion of space-time. So, you live now, you lived then in Atlantis, Lemuria, Greece, Rome, Maya, Inca, Aztec. You lived in these periods of time. And according to these teachings, you're going to live in your immediate family 12 different lifetimes, incarnations. And those are male, female, male, female, male, female, male, female, male, female, male, female. You, as a soul essence, are male 6 times, are male, female 6 times. Isn't it interesting how we have gender wars? But you're sometimes a male, sometimes a female. Okay? And your higher self doesn't have a favorite. Maybe your 3D self likes to be a female, likes to be a male, but the truth is you are sometimes male and sometimes female 50% of the time. There's numbers in God. These are the numbers we're reminded of from the Emerald Order. 12. Now your greater family is 12 times 12, which is 144. Every single soul, which is 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension, that's the soul level. Every single soul projects 12 of us, 12 incarnates. Okay, so sometimes there's 2 pairs out of the 12 that are 2 pairs that are twin flames. The other pairs are soulmates. This is a united being. Half of a being. Male, female are literally half of a whole being. This is how we get so much consciousness down here, by splitting it. Now you have the female experience, the male experience, but they come together, spiritual marriage, bond. You're meant to come together in ascension. It's part of ascension. Just let me show you on Photoshop real quick. So then we can move on real quick. Machiwa. And this diagram will help explain it a little bit better. So let me switch to that real quick. So, like I said, explained, one soul, just one, projects 12 of us, 12 incarnates throughout time as well. This is why some of it's in Atlantis, some of it's in Lemuria, some of it's in modern time. Now, I should have put little dresses on the females to make them look different, but there's two male. These are all pairs. And if you look at a clock, the ones who come in, like, if this is number 3, if you go across the 3 on a clock, it's a 6. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are paired. But it's confusing because sometimes you're born at different times. Sometimes you're born, like your twin flames can meet. Sometimes you don't meet your soulmates though. It's hard to, I'm not going to get too deep into it, but basically understand that it's part of you. You're even though you have sex and you love your mate, but the truth of the matter is you're part of a whole. You're half of a whole of your whole DNA template. Your female part is representing part of the template. Your partner, your other half, is representing the other part of the template. So this gives you a basic idea, and you can read this inset. This is what I said earlier. Your larger family is 144. So that's 72 males, 72 females. 12 of your soul identities from DU1, Density Universe 2, each create 12 simultaneous incarnates in D1. So D2 creates beings in D1 in each of the 6 time continuums. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 in each of those. So this is why there's going to be two of you around this time. But like I said, sometimes you don't meet them, sometimes you will meet them. It just depends on the soul's essence and what the soul is trying to do. So, good question. And if you guys have questions, please write the question or tag my name and tag Christos avatar in your message so it becomes highlighted. Mr. Falcom, I'm actually a grandpa. I'm not son. But yes, I live in Nevada. That's West Coast. Pacific Standard Time. Oh, Kevin, thank you. Yeah, I'm trying a different background. Right before I started, I'm like, okay, I keep using the same. I want some variety in my background, so I don't usually pick a daytime background, but here it is, another planet, another world. Thank you, appreciate that feedback, Kevin. Maya, thank you, Maya. Daphne B in the house, Tracy Carroll, Indigo Jamie Christar in the house. That fits you, brother. Good. I like that new update. Sarah Holder, Star Sister. Good to have you in here with us, family. Karen Steele. Good and all. Sending love to all. Thank you, Karen. Bless you, sister. Thank you guys so much for being here. G-Light in the house. So, angels and fallen angels. It's a spiritual warfare. it is not the same as you think of in religion. Okay, it's not about Father God, Yahweh, Jehovah. It's not about Allah or Osiris. Okay, these are extraterrestrial beings claiming to be God. So this whole narrative of 2/3 or 1/3, right, whatever, fell from grace. This is all, from our point of view, it is a fallacy. It's fantasy. It's not real. Yes, there are dark, beings, but it's not some process of falling from a heavenly world and plummeting to the earth system. It doesn't even make sense. Okay, that doesn't fit within creation mechanics. When a being falls, it's falling progressively over lifetime. You fell from the 10th dimension, you're going to fall to the 9th dimension, then you're going to fall to the 8th dimension if you keep on falling. That being has every free will choice to make changes in its life and go back to serving law of one and, omni love, unconditional love, serving grace and bliss and joy and mindfulness, all that. So that's the first one of the distortions in religion. There, once you fall, you're go to hell. You're going to be there forever. There is no second chance. Well, that's a bunch of nonsense. It's all about free will. It's all beings exercising their free will all the time. You're exercising free will. I'm exercising free will. We're all making our choices. If we're going to follow what the Guardians talk about, the path of order, yes, path of order, or the path of chaos, and you see the word chaos, you can figure out which one's the negative one. Okay, so we're not following the path of those of you who are pro-earth, pro-humans, pro-God. Okay, that's well, negative beings are pro-God, but just a distorted version of Creator, right? But those who are pro-life, okay, that's the path of order. Those who are vampiric, those who are service to self, those who are trying to, or like narcissists or psychopaths or criminals, or trying to hurt, trying to take, trying to control, trying to dominate. That's the path of chaos. In the universal context, it's not about heaven. What is heaven? What is hell? It's not about heaven or a hell. It's about free will choice to choose the thoughts and the actions of the path of order, or the thoughts and the actions of the path of chaos. So this is a choice that you would make regularly. We see these type of people in our world. We see narcissists, we see psychopaths and vampiric people who are usurping. The people who are aggressive and attacking and warlike and twisted and dark. Okay, you don't need to be one of these fallen angels races to be following the path of chaos. You could be on earth as a human being, serving, practicing, doing the path of chaos. Whether you know what that is or not, you're doing chaotic things to other people, to the world. Okay, so it is not judgment or punishment that you fall. This is your own karma. You're going to be going into a falling state that's based on not some punishment from some angry, judgmental God. It's the universal energy conscious system. It's the way that Creator created this. And you were given free will. God's not going to judge you on that free will choice that you make. God allows you to fall and become distorted. It's not about allowance. It's about all part of the one inside a hologram field. This is one thing that we talk about, the Emerald Order talks about, that most spiritual systems don't talk about. The creation mechanics and how this is part of creation called a hologram of matter. It's called the 15-dimensional time matrix. This is where we all exist. Alien races exist. Angelic races exist. In the 15-dimensional, that means 15 different levels, 15 different frequency bandwidths. So there's low frequencies bandwidths, there's high frequency bandwidths. So beings are ascending up or falling down, descending down. It's based on reincarnation. So at death, you're going to ascend, or you're going to stay in the same place, or you're going to fall when you die. Back in the day, it used to happen while you're still alive, but there's so much distortion on our planet. We're no longer immortal. We used to be immortal. Now we're experiencing mortality and the death process and reincarnation. So reincarnation happens at death. When you physically, biologically cease, right? Your spirit, soul essence, is going to continue in ascension, or it's going to go into descension, or it's going to repeat in the same level, like the third dimension. Depending on what you were doing. It's not some Father God punishing you to hell or giving you grace to heaven. It's all based on every single individual's path and thoughts and actions. You're developing these miasms, you're developing karma for later, or are you awakening and healing and becoming a more greater expanded consciousness? That's what tonight's topic is. These are angels. When we talk about angels, remember, those are higher than the human race in dimension-wise. Humans are in the third dimension. Angels are in the fifth dimension, 5D. D stands for dimension. Or sixth dimension, seventh, eighth, or ninth dimension. Those are the archangel levels. When we say angel, we mean alien, extraterrestrial, multidimensional. Multidimensional means more than one dimension. Humans travel in cars. These extraterrestrials travel in UFOs through stargates and portals. This is common practice. This is normal in their existence, in their civilizations. To us, it's supernatural, paranormal, a fairy. We think it doesn't exist. So, once again, you will hear it in great detail that angels are actually alien extraterrestrials, and you will hear religious people say the opposite. When we talk about aliens, they'll say, oh, those are demons. You got it backwards. A demon, an angel, are ETs. They're aliens. So, switch that around. Your Bible doesn't talk about aliens, so you think the aliens don't exist. You think that, but then, there's UFOs. You've seen videos of UFOs, countless videos, countless movies talk about UFOs and aliens. There's something about aliens. But your Bible from 2,000 years ago doesn't talk about aliens. Yes, it does. What do you think Nephilim is? It's an alien. The Bible talks about these giants called Nephilim. Yes, we agree there was Nephilim extraterrestrials. It is the Anunnaki who created them, who mixed them with the human Egyptian. You get a human I don't know if it's the reptilian or I can't remember if it's the reptilian or the Anunnaki that's Egyptian. No, it's the Anunnaki. The reptilians are... No, the Anunnaki are Atlantean. I mean, the Nephilim are from the Atlantean days. So I'm just correcting myself. So we had 3 human seedings, and we're currently in seeding 3, and the reptilians came in seeding 2, and the Anunnaki came in seeding 1, unless I get that backwards, but there's 3 seedings, you guys. And so it was the Anunnaki who created the Nephilim. That's why the Nephilim are actually called Nephilim Anunnaki. It's a hybrid between human race and the Anunnaki, Jehovian Anunnaki race. And it is this Jehovian Anunnaki, notice the name, Jehovah Yahweh. So not only do they create some hybrid alien humans down here, they also created religions based on this Father God, Yahweh. So Jehovah, Jehovian, Anunnaki, mentioned in the Bible. Because Jehovian, Anunnaki were created by Anu, Elohim, also mentioned in the Bible. We have extraterrestrial races, families, alien families mentioned in the Bible record and other religion records. Like the Hindus talk about alien gods, alien, angel gods. They don't call them angels, but that's what these beings are. They're types of angels, levels of multidimensional beings, entities who come to Earth through stargates and portals. Not at light speed like you see in Star Wars and Star Trek. They port, they jump, not fly at what, speed 9 or light speed 9, like in Star Trek. So there's different races of angels, archangels. And all of these beings that are being worshipped and followed, in the New Age, Inky, these are fallen angels. Inky Anunnaki, Enlil Anunnaki. It's not the name of persons or individuals. That's a distortion. That's a New Age lie, scam. Actually coming out of the Jehovian Anunnaki. It's a race called Inky Anunnaki, which is where Thoth comes out of, which is where Luciferianism comes out of. We also got Enlil Anunnaki. We got Marduk Anunnaki. It is the reptilians where Satan comes out of. Not a person, a race. We got races called Satan. Satan. We have races in the Anunnaki called it lost me real quick. Let me look at my diagram. Lulatan is Luciferian. This is where the Luciferian covenant came from. And so, in the Bible, they don't call it the Luciferian covenant, but that's exactly what it is. It's a coalition. It's a group of races, such as the Inky, the Enlils, the Marduks, the Jehovians, and other races. There's different federations, confederations. There's different, alliances. And so this is a big thing that's affecting the human race's history, our religions. It's affecting our DNA. It's affecting our people, our way of life. We're being controlled and manipulated by these malevolent extraterrestrials, fallen angels. That's what these beings are. They're intruder races. They're intruding on our ascension process, on our awakening process. They're intruding on our planet. They're distorting our planet. They're distorting us. They've messed with our DNA. Both races, the Anunnaki races and the reptilian races have, dragon races, have infiltrated our governments, infiltrated our religions, infiltrated our DNA. They've been doing this for millions of years. Even though we don't have a human record of millions of years in our science, we get forbidden, we get a false narrative, a false identity, a false timeline. When this Guardians talk about humans being super ancient, we come from off-world, you guys. We were created 560 million years ago. It wasn't until about 25 million years ago when we came to Earth. That still was a long-ass time compared to what science tells us. And this whole thing about Neanderthals and Cro-Magnons, Voyagers 2 talks about it. They didn't come before human. They're distortions of the human DNA. That is a link, a missing link. There is no missing link. That's the link. You have extraterrestrials messing with the human DNA, you get Cro-Magnons, you get Nephilim, you get Neanderthals, you get Dracos. This isn't your brother Anunnaki's opinion. Once again, it's based on the Emerald Order Freedom Teachings. A huge tome, not limited to a few books, but talked about regularly since 1998. Historically, progressively, these teachings have unfolded and brought us a huge record, you guys. Some of these ETs are billions of years old. When our scientists think our universe is only 13 billion years old, when there's actually, according to the spiritual science of these teachings, we're actually 950 billion years old. And it's a multiverse. There's more than one universe. There's multi-dimensions. That's why we say multi-dimensional and multiverse, because there's more than one universe. And this is all holographic. This is a hologram field. And each universe in the multiverse is different body matter, different, density matter, different body forms, different consciousness. It's not all just carbon life, man. Aim higher, because it is much, much higher. Thank you for those hearts, Holy One. Who's doing that? Give me a kiss. Mwah. Blessing to all of you guys. Thank you for being here tonight. You might actually learn something. You're not used to hearing some of these concepts, but we have over 1,000 videos here at Christos Avatar. You might want to binge some of those topics. Andy, you said it, Holy One. No one's better than another. But we hear the distortions coming out of some people saying that they're a chosen one. We talk about the universal sacred law of one, which says that we're all part of the unified field, the consciousness of Creator God. We're all God. We're all faces of God. Fractals, pieces of God. If we're all God, it's all equal. There's no such thing as chosen ones. One part of God is not chosen over another part of God. There is no favoritism or better part of God than another part of God. It's all intrinsically equal in value. Now, the universe multiverse is in different frequency bandwidths, so the beings in higher dimensions aren't better or more valuable. They're simply holding more consciousness. And I won't say it right now, but I had the most amazing experience on Sunday with psilocybin. And my second time this year, off the chart, man. And I experienced extremely profound level of consciousness. One of my selves. And when you experience one of your other selves, you confirm reincarnation is real. that multidimensional reality, multidimensional identity is real. And religions talk about one life and going to heaven or hell after your one life. It's another confirmation it's bullshit. You know better. Your soul family knows better. And you connect to your soul family, your oversoul family, your avatar family, your solar rishi family, your machiwa polaric family, triadic family, ekar family, your God self, the God force. Or no, you sit here in 3D Earth and reincarnate, go to religion after religion, and just think that you're serving some war god, judgmental war god, and you're just putting yourself in this roller coaster ride of repeating and repeating and repeating. You can break that cycle. You're interested in some type of information like this, that's your first step. A lot of you are brave enough to consider other information besides the dogma you've been accepting and swallowing most of your life. So, it is not a sin against God, holy ones, to look into other knowledge and spiritual teachings. You're going to be told it's a sin against God, but it is not a sin against Creator. This is something that is should be a red flag to you. I'm not allowed to go read that and listen to that or learn about this. And no, it's a sin against God. Read your Bible and do your prayers and do your worship, and so you're either gonna be someone who's looking for the answers to your questions, because I was raised as a Christian. I did not get any answers to my questions. You're told to shut up and just listen and be obedient, and don't question. They don't like you questioning. So you got a question they can't answer, but it's a sin to go get the answers somewhere else. You see the problem? Machiwa. A lot of you transmuted religion out of your life. You found God that's not out here, but God's inside. God, you're part. Remember, we're not the body. You're not this flesh vehicle. You are the soul, spirit, essence that came into the fetus when it was before it took its first breath in your mother's womb. The spirit came into the flesh of the 3D body, the 3D vehicle for the spirit self, which is technically the astral spirit soul, essence, or the archetype soul essence, or the celestial soul essence. So, thank you guys for being here tonight. Much respect to all of you. Epiphany zone. Our Creator gives us the answers. And we would say we are Creator. We find the answers within our divine connection, our direct vertical connection to Source. And while we're on Earth, you go through a progressive series of ascension. Religion uses the word rapture, but we return back to Source, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. And it is not arrogance to say, I am God, I am sovereign, I am free. Okay? This is you realizing that you cannot be separate from God. You were never separate from God. It's impossible to be separate from Creator. Creator is omnipresent. Where could you go that wasn't in this omnipresence? You can't go somewhere where God isn't, because God is described as, in many spiritual teachings, God is everywhere. If God is everywhere, don't contradict yourself and say you're separate from God. You can't be separate from an omnipresent consciousness. We're within the consciousness of Creator. You can't go somewhere outside of Creator. It's impossible. You couldn't escape God if you wanted to. Why would you want to? So, our Creator, we are Creator. We're all Creator. Bugs are Creator. Insects are Creator. Microbes are Creator. Fallen angels are Creator. We're all, the word all, A-L-L, we're all Creator. In a hologram field, we're experiencing distortions, darkness, shadow, because we're in a hologram field where Creator gave itself, because God's an it, not a male with a penis, not a female. God's an it, a consciousness without gender. God is an androgynous. God, the androgynous consciousness, cosmic consciousness, gave itself free will in the hologram fields. In the hologram fields, it is downsteps of the original, downstep of the original consciousness, the original frequency. So, because it's a downstep of Creator, it is inside this hologram field, and only in the hologram field, where we can experience darkness, shadow, distortions, fallen angels, demons. They're all fragments of God. We are all fractals of God. Everything in existence is a creation of Creator. It's all within Creator. You can't go outside your Creator. But the contradictions in it, you will find plenty of contradictions contradicting themselves. Oh, God's omnipresent, but you're separate from God. Make up your mind. God's either omnipresent or it's not. You're either always with Creator, or what world are you thinking that you can be outside of God, right? Our Creator, we are Creator. Realize that God's self, it's not arrogance and pride. And if you are one of those spiritual snobs, you haven't gotten it yet either. You're still lost and confused, right? Adam in the house. Adam. Okay, that's also distortion, Holy One. Realize darkness is not necessary. Darkness is not natural. It's an anomaly. So what does that say about that premise, right? Darkness didn't always exist in here. This is why you hear these teachings in the Gnostic teachings, oh, the demiurge. Bullshit. There is no demiurge. It didn't always have darkness. This was not always, we didn't always have a distortion here. And it gives exact numbers here. Okay? It was blessed. It was law of one. It was all omni-love for 700 billion years. No darkness, no distortion. What does that do to that concept? Okay? That is a huge distortion in religion and New Age. You need darkness. Oh, you need to embrace shadow to know light. I'll stop saying bullshit. BS. That's a distortion. That's a intentional distortion, intentional lie, a fabrication. Darkness didn't always exist. It was, God is naturally, organically love, pure, unadulterated love, omni-love, unconditional loving. This is why you can expose these so-called gods and religions, because they're not behaving unconditionally loving. They're not living, existing in grace. Okay? It was 250 billion years ago when the Anu Elohim started to digress. They started to digress in their consciousness, which digressed in their body matter. And then so did some of the dragon reptilian races, started to digress. Okay? in the 15-dimensional hologram 250 billion years ago. You don't need shadow. You don't need darkness. Darkness, shadow, distortion is an anomaly. It is something that is not part of the organic time matrix. But it became you would say, kind of like we have particle universe and we have anti-particle universe, the parallel. That's organic, that's natural. But a third matrix was created when there was phantom consciousness that started happening between the warring of these Anu Elohim and the Dracon, Omicron, Dragon Moths. They started warring and going on a killing spree, domination spree. They were fighting each other, but also taking over other alien races, other beings serving Creator, serving the law of one, taking over, manipulating, controlling, killing, sacrificing, all the dark, despicable, despicable things that you can imagine coming out of the dark. These fallen angelic beings, these extraterrestrial fallen angelic races. So, I mean, just think about it. We become so indoctrinated by the dogma of religion. Now it's in our, I see some of my brothers and sisters still calling God a he, a him. Even though they know these teachings, it's just so ingrained. It's so indoctrinated. We've been brainwashed over and over again. God's a male. God's a male. God's a male. No, God is not a male. Not a father God. Not a son God. This God is not a pronoun. God is an androgynous, outside of genitals, outside of a gender, outside of body matter. Doesn't have a body matter. Is not limited to a body. Is beyond male and female. Is an it. A consciousness. A universal cosmic consciousness. And many of these archangels have no gender. Gender stops at a certain level in the hologram, in the 15-dimensional hologram. It stops around after dimension 6. So angels are male and female, but archangels are beyond that. They are collectives. You're no longer just an individual. And I have seen these levels. I have seen these collectives. It didn't make sense to me until I started experiencing them in my spiritual journey. And so, bless all of you. And I know we're going to have different beliefs and ideas, and that's okay. We can share and talk about it. And this is, we respect everyone's beliefs, but we also are, at the end of the day, we're coming from the Emerald Order point of view. And by the way, if the moderators haven't done it, you guys please share the links to Voyagers 1. This is the Emerald Covenant, Emerald Order, originally by Ashanuddin, okay? And you guys can take those. This is a book, but it's also on PDF, so you can download it to your device or computer, whatever. I have the computer, and you just check it out, and you decide, Holy One, if you resonate with this information. Thank you, Stardust Goddess. Good to see you, by the way, sister. G-Light, woohoo! All right, G-Light. Emerald Order for life. Omni love. All oneness. At one-ment. You said it, Holy One. Religion says atonement. We say at one-ment. Woo! Thank you, G-Light. Thank you for the exchange of energy. We got Celine and Indigo Wizard bringing it. Thank you, guys. Much respect. Yeah, all the mods are on it. Much blessings, you guys. Thank you for being here with us tonight. Got Claudine Ortega in the house. Shine love. Energy. Maybe I didn't get the rest of your message. Liz Angel. I have a brother that is a pastor of a church. Is sad, so narrow vision, worshiping blood sacrifice, and always telling to fear God. It's just sad. Yeah, exactly. You said it, sister. People will gravitate to that energy, and then there's others who say, "What are you talking about? No way." You feel it. I mean, it is also kind of like a sign that you're coming from one of these starseed races or indigo children races, because we know this. We're coming from a space of law of one. We understand that God is based on the most purest love you can imagine, called omni love. Most humans don't think that's possible, to love everything. But this is exactly what Creator is, omni love. This is where omni love's coming from the Creator. And we're distorted at all these levels. I mean, from dimension one, which is pre-human, before human. Technically, it's after human. But we go all the way up to 11. There's 11 dimensions of distortion and darkness. These beings at the 11th dimension are called dark avatars. We also got dark oversouls and dark souls. These are levels of the creation in the hologram. And so this other third part that got created from the fallen angelic consciousness is called the phantom matrix. And if you keep falling and de-evolving, because that's what's happening, when you fall from let's say the reptilians are in the 10th dimension, if they fall to the 9th dimension, they lost their 10th strand. You lose your 10th strand, that 10th strand is what creates your 10D body. Well, now you don't have a 10D body or a 10D consciousness. Now you're just been de-evolved to a 9th dimensional being. And if this being keeps on killing and hating and vampiring, 1111. Dude, what did I say about ones today? I'm seeing a 1111 average view duration. It's like off the chart today. Thank you. Thank you. Blessings. Thank you. After a while, you're like, dang, I should have played the lottery today. Something's aligned just to synchronize. Yeah, what's up? What's up? Yeah. So, it just feels good. I feel good. Like I know that I would. James Brown, baby. Ooh. Let me see. I don't see any questions. If you guys have questions, remember to highlight my name so I'll see it. Let me see. Enthogen plane. I am Azrael. And El is connection to Anu Elohim. El Elohim. Michael. Ariel. Azrael. Gabriel. This is one of the most diabolical races, fallen angelic races, coming from the highest level, Anu Elohim, which is coming from Metatron. And so, yeah, we can agree to disagree, Holy One. And of course, not all are evil. Now, you're not even being specific. Some are here to save. Some of who? Okay, who's the ones coming to save? No one's blaming anyone except for it's not a blame game. It's not a blame game. This is historical, and let's look at the Anu Elohim. Since we're on the topic of El, Azrael, which is what? It is a hybrid between Azarites and that connection to Azazel, which is a demon. That's a demonic name, straight up. Azazel, Azrael. Let's look at Anu Elohim, because that's where the El family. This all started from the Els. It's not even our war, but they brought it to us. Now we're entangled in the El, Anu Elohim war. Angelic war. And this is Voyagers 2, what I'm about to show. It's not a blame game, brother. This is a historical narrative. So let me put on that. And we'll look for the Anu Elohim. Omicron, Marduk, Draymond, Enlil, Jehovian, what? Inky. Okay. It would be the Jehovian Anu Elohim. El is Elohim. And in New Age, in New Age, they're calling this Anu, A-N-U, as the kind of like the God like Jehovah. But notice it's coming from the beings who created Jehovah. They gave us the Jehovian seals. Okay, so the Jehovian Anunnaki are made up of Jehovians. Wait, let me close that. I gotta zoom out one level. The primary races are the Jehovanians, which are actually ascended masters, but they fell. The part of it called Metatron fell. You got the Ophanium. Anything calling itself Lord is a red flag. Anything calling itself Lord is meant to put you in subservience. Shrek El, which is a type of dolphin. Nephite, dark-haired humanoids. And these beings are from Phantom Lyra Avion. They're from Sirius A. They're from Arcturus. They're from Alpha Centauri, Andromeda, Trapezium, and Orion. We got the Morantians. This races are, oh my gosh, they got a ton of Illuminati races. This fallen angelic extraterrestrial, they messed with the angelic human. They messed with the Hebrews. They messed with the Essenes. That's Jesus' time. They messed with Indigo, Magi, Holy Grail lines. They messed with the Chinese, Tibetans. They messed with Sumerians. They messed with the Egyptians, Middle Easterns, and all European American cultures. These beings have infiltrated us historically, man. They're associated with major distortions in Lemurian, Atlantean, and Essene Emerald Covenant teachings. They took our teachings and distorted it. They distorted the Christian Protestant text teachings. They created something called the Urantia book. If you're into the Urantia book, it's straight up fallen angelic teaching. They brought us the Templar Mormons. Okay, the Mormons are freaking Templar Melchizedeks, man. These are the beings who created Yahweh and Jehovah God stories. They created this because we have the guardian 12 tribes, well, they came up with the false tribes of Israel. There's that L again, Israel, E-L. Okay, and the history of the Hebrew Christian text. Okay, they promote the Jehovah God, Yahweh, Metatron, Ophanium. Oh, isn't Enoch popular in the New Age? And it's same with Michael. And there's that L again, L. And Tibetan creeds. They messed with some of the Tibetans' teachings. It's the same beings who create the Kabbalah. The same beings who distorted the Hebrew text and reversed the tree of life. It's not the tree of life, it's the tree of death. Yeah, this is what you're learning in New Age as a good thing. No, it's a diabolical Metatronic death science thing, and most people in Jewish or Judaism, they don't realize 6 of their letters were removed. Okay. That does a whole bunch of problems in a language, in a culture, when you remove 6 of the letters of their alphabet. They're also created Hasidic Hebrew text distortions, not just the Christian and Protestant ones. And these are the same ones running the Galactic Fed and the Ashtar Command. So many New Age lovers of these and lovers of these councils. Oh, the Course of Miracles are also coming from these channeled groups. And they're also the ones that are representing Thoth, Isis, Merlin, Archangel Michael teachings. Okay, man, this is a whole plethora of historical. This is not, how did you word it? All aren't evil. Some are here to save. Stop blaming. This is not a blaming, and it's not me, your brother Anuhazi. This book is not mine. This isn't coming from my opinions. This is a huge tome of spiritual knowledge, and this is just one fallen angel race. This is just one group. There's also the Pleiadian Semyasi, Billy Myers crap stuff, right? They have their own connections and distortions. Let me go up. Omicrons, they have their own Illuminati races. They have their own, they affected the Middle East, Persia, Taliban, Sumeria, the Germans, the Russians. They did their own Knights, Malta, Templar Knights, the Black Sun groups, the Haitian African Voodoo groups, the Vatican Roman Catholic Creed groups. They mess with the Aztecs, the Incas, and that's just one group, man. Another group. It's not your brother blaming anybody. This is a whole record of these beings. How about the Zeta Gray alien groups? What about their agendas? What about their Illuminati races? What about their associations? Like the wormholes, the Philadelphia wormhole, the Montauk Project, the MJ-12, the Nazi Zeta treaties. Man, this is coming from angels, fallen angels, claiming to be your gods, claiming to be your creators, claiming to be your saints. These beings are serving the path of chaos. I'm not blaming anyone, brother. This is historical references and races. And the Guardians, we're learning from the Guardians what their agendas are, what their coalitions are, what planets they're from, what dimensions they're from, what their DNA template is, what they have done to the human race, how they infiltrated our spiritual beliefs. And this is the most advanced spiritual ascension teaching on the planet, starting with the Kathara biospiritual healing. Okay, you're going to learn the spiritual science. You're going to learn about the unified field, about the time matrix, about dimensions, about these frequency fences, about the 15 chakras. You're going to learn about the crystal seals. You're going to learn about the Hoover bodies. You're going to learn about the shields. This is a spiritual technology, man. The most advanced on the planet. And with all due respect, we can agree to disagree. And did you know, if we disagree, we can still be friends. We can still care and love each other. That's the space that we come from. Machiwa. And these religions are in the opposite space. They judge you. They condescend you. They put you down. They're the ones blaming us that we're sinful, horrible creatures. We need a savior. We need a Messiah. We need sacrifice and mutilation. Jesus was mutilated, tortured. The Jeshua 9 was, not the Jeshua 12. I mean, Jeshua 12 was a 12-strand indigo child. Machiwa, coming from Sirius 6, another planet. Joshua over there has blue skin. Brother, blessed brother, bringing in that Holy Grail template. These teachings talk about the real Jesus, the real God, the real tribes, 12 tribes, the real human history line. Machiwa. Thank you, Robin Kirk. Thank you for being here, sister. Adam. Yeah, I explained that earlier. Remember, I said 700. We got along for 700 billion years. Okay? So, let me show you on this. I'll show you the numbers in the answer to your question in the Voyager's book. The book that we were just looking at. So let me go back to it. Was there a time where there was no chaos? Yes, I explained it earlier for 700, but let me look up 250. Wait, I gotta put the word B in it. 250 billion. There's that Anu Elohim, El, the Antichrist, Antichristic, the Antichristic fallen angelic collective called the Anu Elohim. And these are feline aquatic apes. I've made artwork of them. Oh, it says right here, aquatic ape cetacean. Damn, dude. This makes it sound like they have a tail, like a dolphin, porpoise, whale. And I put legs on my depictions, but, you know, this is definitely where mermaids come from. Anu Elohim. See, Azurite, the combination of Azazel or whatever that guy's name was, that's a mixture of the guardian race and a fallen angelic race. That's what that is. Okay, here it is. Throughout the long history of the founder race angelic wars, 250 billion years ago to just recently 570 million years ago, and it tells you about this whole thing. And these beings are real. A Pegasus is real. A winged horse deer, it's an alien race. Whales and dolphins and porpoises, they're alien races. The avian hominids, bird people, they're races of guardian beings. The Athean mantis, insectoids, they're a race of alien beings. But yeah, we got along for until 250 billion years ago is when these wars started. So before that time, like, let me look up 950. 950. So you saw where darkness started 250 billion years ago. Let's look at 950. Well, let me see if it... let me... Look how old the Anunnaki are. They're one of the founder races. All the founder races, there's 10 of them. The 10 founder races were all created 950 billion years ago. But I guess I got to look in Voyages 1. And look up 950. 950B. 950. It should go to... Okay. I'm trying to find where the war started, but you'll see these beings were created 950 billion years ago, like the Anunnaki was. And notice this is where the fallen D11 Anu, that's where you got the word Anu Elohim. It came from a race called Anu, and that's the feline aquatic ape again. Or you could call it, like they said earlier, the feline aquatic cetacean. The Ceres and the Athean, 950 billion years old. Yeah, so I can't find the exact thing where it says where we started warring, but it's in here. So all of our time matrix was seeded life into it 950 billion years ago, starting with these founder races. Now we have a consciousness, antimatter consciousness. They're called the Universal Trinity. There's 3 of them. The Universal Trinity is the blue flame Elohai, gold flame Seraphi, violet flame Brahmarama. Most people are not familiar with that, but they've heard of Elohai, Elohim, Seraphi, Seraphim. Okay? Not that much is talked about the violet flame because they didn't go to war like these other races did. So the blue flame, out of this Universal Trinity, they created in the lower time matrix 950 billion years ago, they created the feline races, Anunnaki, and they created the Anu, which are feline aquatic apes, or cetaceans you call them. The gold flame, they created several races. They created, 4 races. They created the bird people, Ceres. They created the insectoid races, the mantis, which the gray aliens come out of that race. They created the Omicron dragons, dragon moths, and the Odedicron reptilians. Blue flame, gold flame. Now the violet flame, they're the ones, it's kind of like fantasy creatures. The Pegasi, the aquatic apes, the Inu, whale people, the dolphin people. And I'm sure deer is in there because they describe the Pegasus as winged horse deer. So 4 + 4 + 2, that's 10 guardian races acknowledged in the guardian teachings. So all of those founder races, those 10 founder races, they all created 8 extraterrestrial races in the lower dimensions of the time matrix. Because they're in 13th dimension, 14th dimension, and 15th dimension. This is before any planets exist, before any aliens exist. These are called metaterrestrials. The Universal Trinity are metaterrestrials. They created a bunch of ET races in the rest of the time matrix. All alien life comes from one of these 10 founder races. Humans come from the Elohai family, blue flame Elohai. This is why the indigo children come out of here. They come through the blue flame. Okay, so, and it is one of those two races that the blue flame created, founder races, was the Anu. It was the Anu. So this is answering your question. They're the ones who started warring and fighting. They fell in their consciousness. They fell in their body matter. And so that happened 250 billion years ago. So we all got along before that. There was no chaos before that. I thought I made that clear earlier. We got along, and there was no darkness, no shadow for 700 billion years. The reptilians were nice and loving. The dragons were all loving. The great alien, well, there was no great aliens yet, but you see what I'm saying? We all got along. So there wasn't chaos. That was my whole point earlier. People are trying to say that you need chaos, or it's part of creation. You need to embrace your shadow. You see what I'm saying? This is distortion that people are plugged into, that they are being fed this dialogues, these narratives. Now it makes sense in their brain. Oh yeah, you have to go through shadow to understand light. You can't have shadow without light, or vice versa. You can't have light without shadow. It's freaking distortion. It's fallen angelic propaganda, lies, distortion. We got along without them. They exist. God exists without these beings outside the hologram. Outside the hologram, these matrices, there is no darkness. There is no body matter. There is no dimensions. There is no sin. There is no, worship. There is no genders. I mean, people get stuck in 3D ideas. They're trying to put 3D human concepts on the divine. This is why you realize these religions were created by 3D humans, saying that God's a male, and also God is angry and cruel and destroys and conquers and sacrifices. You see, it's written by distorted humans. You're getting, and it's actually, the truth of it is coming from these distorted aliens who have influenced us since Atlantis, since Human Seeding 2, since Human Seeding 1. I think I went way overboard on your question, but there you go. Machiwa. Prana for life. Fabian. My name's Anahazi, by the way. Fabian was just my social media name for a while, but my actual legal name is Anuhazi. Wait, you didn't tell me that the 12D dimension shield takes you back to Nadis. What is Nadis? There's no such thing as Natis. 12D, there is no distortion in 12D. I told you 1 to 11. Oh, there's only darkness between 1 and 11 dimension. 12D, 13D, 14D, and 15D has no distortion. 12D is where all alien races has their original divine blueprint. You can't have distortion in the 12th dimension. So let me show you that on the diagram. Let me pull that up real quick. I'll switch to Photoshop so I can demonstrate it. In the 15-dimensional time matrix, there's 15 dimensions of creation in this hologram. And notice that dimension 12, 13, 14, and 15 are called guardians. Guardians are following Creator God's original intention. They're following Omni Love. They're following the law of one. And notice this is where we all have, every single living creature, being, race has a divine blueprint in the 12th dimension. And notice where the Phantom Matrix only goes up to 11. There is no 12th dimension in the Phantom Matrix. Okay? So this is where fallen angels, a lot of them fall into, they fall into the bottomless pit, which is this black hole system. You see how it's called an anomaly. It's not organic. It's not natural. You know, this whole demiurge thing is bullshit. There is no demiurge. There is only a bunch of beings who are choosing the path of chaos or the path of order. And the beings following the path of chaos are self-destructing themselves. They're falling into reverse consciousness. They're falling into distorted, mutated DNA and distorted consciousness. And these are the chaotic life forms that have plagued our time matrix throughout history. These are the ones that are going to bring you cruel gods, angry gods, sacrificing gods, judgmental gods. And it is these beings, these races, who have brought you Yahweh, who have brought you Allah, who have brought you Isis, Osiris, have brought you all kinds of gods, dark beings, commanding you to worship. A creator God does not ask for worship. Okay? We're all one. We're all part of the one spirit, the one self, the one love, the one heart. This is all within God. Everything is within the one. It is these little beings in the lower dimensions of creation who are claiming to be the God, the Lord of Lords, the King of Kings. It's all fallen angelic propaganda, fallen angelic agendas. Okay? There is no demiurge. There is only beings who choose the path of chaos, which we already showed a little bit about what is the path of chaos. These are the tools or the creeds, the false creeds that they promote. And this is exactly what you find in religion. This is why the Guardians call it the Dark Templar Antichristic creeds in modern day religions, belief systems. You get fear, right? It says you're even commanded to fear God, which is not God. It's an ET claiming to be God. You're told that you're a guilty sinner. You're guilty. You're told that you're going to be judged. You have elitists. You have Pharisees, Sadducees, popes, bishops, kings, queens. You have elitists. You have a patriarchal system, a penis club, men-only club. Women aren't allowed in that club. It's sexist. It devalues, puts down women. Religions put down women. It's in their scripture. Okay? You have to be subservient. You have to be sacrificed. These are not God's commandments. These are not God's creeds. This is coming from fallen angelic beings, alien extraterrestrials. Has nothing to do with our original true creeds, which you won't find here. Omni love. You're not going to find here joy. Do you see it? You don't get bliss. You don't get self-love. You don't get mindfulness or responsibility, impeccability. You don't find that in here. This is what you get in fallen angelic religions. So, thank you guys for coming to this tonight. Elephant tusks. Can you further explain the celestial consciousness beings, such as planets and stars? Well, they describe planets are alive. Planets like Earth is alive. It's a larger consciousness. And so a star is actually a sun. If you look out, you see a bunch of stars, that's a bunch of suns. Okay? So we don't use the word star. I mean, we say star, but we really, in the back of your mind, it's a sun. And a planet is a collective consciousness of all life forms on one planet. All of those collective life forms on the planet create the planetary consciousness. And all the planets in the solar system create the solar consciousness, which is a galactic consciousness. The galactic consciousness is part of the universal consciousness. And so these have their own karma. There's a universal karma. There's a planetary karma. There's and these stars, suns, are what we call the solar rishi beings. You notice it's in their name, solar, sun, solar rishi. It is these beings who are suns, who are in the time matrix, and so just realize they're higher than avatars. And so I can't go too deep into it because I don't want to lose. This is part of the spiritual science, but just realize that as a face of God, we go through all of that. We are a planetary consciousness. We are a galactic consciousness, a solar consciousness. We are a universal consciousness. We are the God self consciousness, the God self identity. We're just experiencing, we're just embodied in the 3D. We have a long ways to go to get through all of that. So it's a greater level of consciousness. And I want to say, you guys, if you like any of my message that you've heard tonight, if you likes the videos, if you like this work, please consider subscribing, you guys, because I survive off of donations and memberships. And that's a content creator. I'm a content creator. That's my job. This is my job. So you guys, please support this work. I thank you in advance for the small gift of $5, $10, or whatever you feel called to. Because that's how we keep this rolling, and how I can do this 100 hours a week, keep on putting out content and videos. So thank you guys so much for that. I also sell my crystals and my artwork on Etsy. Maybe one of my moderators will put up a link for that. You can also help this channel by becoming a member. And just so you guys know, if you're a member, you have access to the Discord chat. That's where we're all coming together and chatting, asking questions, sharing articles, sharing techniques, sharing diagrams. That's part of our community. So even if you're a $5 member or $50 member, you're still part of that group. You have that. If you don't see the link, ask me for the link. Nobody else can give you the link except me, so write me an email. My email's below. Write me on Facebook, direct message, or direct message me on Instagram. All my contact information is below, you guys. And if you don't want to do a public donation like Super Chat, then you can do a private donation through my PayPal link below. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Stephen Oswald, Holy One, what's up, brother? Woohoo! Thank you, man, for keeping this work alive. Thank you for that exchange of energy. Yeah. I'm so glad you're a regular here, brother. It's good to see you, man. We got Sir Madison became a member here. So proud to be a member of this amazing group. Much love to you all. God Sovereign Free for life. You said it, brother. Woohoo! Yeah. And we just upgraded you, brother. Welcome to the club, man. Welcome to the fam. We had to let go of little alien, and she stopped communicating. She stopped coming for whatever reason. So we have a new moderator. Thank you for joining us, Sir Madism. And if you don't want to be, you don't have to be. And all of the moderators realize you don't have to be here on every live. It's total free will. It's just service to the community. Bless you, brother. Thank you for being here. Celine, Star Sister, thank you for being you. Anahazi, you're a big gift to humanity. I love you, Star Sister, too. Thank you so much, Sister 999. Yeah. Bless you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that I found this work, because through this work, I found all of you souls. And together, we come together, we incarnate together as a team. Give me 5 teammates. Team Indigo. So we come together as a team, and a lot of us know each other in the higher dimensions. So I've even met one of my relatives from there. So I don't know what happened to her. She kind of went off, but people will do that. People will find the teachings or go their separate ways or come back to the teachings. It is like a spiritual warfare going on. So a lot of people are going through issues. Indigo children and starseeds, we can go through problems, and we know that beings like indigo type 3s have a soul essence of a Nephilim soul essence with them. And so that is usually the source of your problems. And it was an agreed upon arrangement. It's what the Guardians call a host matrix, a healing host matrix to return back their 12 strand. You're helping a 11 strand Nephilim Anunnaki become Christed, get their Christos 12 strand back. Actually, it wasn't in their DNA, right? They were 11 strand template. But you helped them heal and get their 12 strand back. But you have to go through a little bit of hell here on Earth, right? But we signed up for it, Those of you who are indigo type 3s, I believe my daughter is one, and my sister. So they're still working their way out. So, but I've seen signs of awakening in both of them, and it's all based on free will choice, you guys. It's all based on resonance. So to each their own. People are, I've seen 1444 average view durations, 3 4s in a row. 122 likes. Thank you for, guys, smash that like button. Let's get that up there. Let's get 144 likes. Lauren, wisdom, absolutely. I like how you did that. I like that cool text. All right, brother. Yeah, man. What's up? Woo! Looks good on you, man. Angel wings. Yep, your higher self, I'm sure, brung me here too. Well, your higher self, angel wings. You have your own higher self. You have you have a direct connection to Source God. You have a Christos avatar. Welcome, angel wings. Thank you, Stardust Goddess. I love you too. And isn't it wonderful that you can say I love you to someone and don't have to feel weird about it, right? Most people in the 3D world, my own brother, it seems like it's uncomfortable to say I love you. And so but there's other parts of my family. It's normal. I love you. I love you. You know. And then with you guys, it's no problem. I love you. You know. It's like you recognize it's not. It's coming from this understanding and realization within oneself that it's about love, and God is love. If you can describe one word, if you wanted to describe one word about God, it would be love. And so love is a powerful source and force within the God self. As a matter of fact, if you don't have love, you're not going to find thyself or know thyself. You're going to be thinking in those 3D distortions that God's angry, and you have to get into your angry father's graces. Okay? You know, like in 3D life, you can have one of those type of dads, fathers, anger, temper. Well, that's what Jehovah, Father God is. Yeah. It's about love, baby. And if it's uncomfortable for you to express love, it's simply a part of your healing that you need to go through, Holy Ones. We find that even not loving yourself is a problem. One of our 12 attitudes of mastery or responsibilities of mastery is self-love. Loving the self. Think about it. How could you love someone else if you don't even love yourself? Respect yourself. How could you respect someone else, right? So it starts with yourself and expands outward to the people you care about, to the people that you're near and dear. So just so you guys can see it visually, let me show it on the diagram. Out of this 15-dimensional time matrix, humans are down here at the lowest density universe, dimensions 1, 2, and 3. But you will see where angels start. There are excuse me, I need to eat something after this live. This is 3 dimensions, 3 evolutions higher than humans. And that's just regular angels. An angel in the 39,000 AD and higher, an angel is not carbon matter. It's an immortal being that is called carbon etheric matter. You can also call it carbon crystal matter. Okay? So there's all kinds of races, billions and maybe trillions of races, beings, right? Of course. These are all angels. And these are angels. Now look where archangels are. They're in the 3rd density. Okay, they're in a higher density matter called silicate matter, etheric matter, crystal silicate. No longer is there males and females. It's androgyny. Bodies in. That means you're ghost-like. You're just pure consciousness. Individuality ends. You become a collectives. And I just want to say this diagram is for sale, or it's in the Avatar and Higher Up membership. So if you want this diagram, it's $15. It's worth $15. It has a whole bunch of data on here, all coming. This is all Emerald Order information. This is not my own made up ideas or research. This is Emerald Order information. So, and if one of you could please put the link up for that. This is another way I make a living is through selling my diagram. So thank you guys. But I just want to show you, give you reference of angels are up here, humans are down here, but notice that you will eventually ascend into the 4th dimension. You will eventually ascend into the 5th dimension. And then finally, into the sixth dimension, you will be an angel yourself. Angel is just another word for a carbon crystal immortal being. A human is just another word for a carbon mortal dying being. Eventually, you won't be dying or going through normal mortality. Eventually, you will be immortal with the rest of the angels and archangels and avatars. So I just think it's important to realize that. And also realize there's different levels of life force, different levels of prana, life force. These 9 dimensions, dimensions 1 through 9, experience Kundalini. That includes angels and archangels. They're dealing with Kundalini. The higher beings, the avatars, they're dealing with Maharata. It's a higher form of Kundalini. Or you could say Kundalini is a lower form of Maharata. Maharata is not even the highest. And the dimensions in the antimatter, because it is called antimatter, crystal gas, pre-planets, before extraterrestrials. This is also called the primal light fields, but this is where you get the Kirashe energy, life force, consciousness. So Kundalini ain't the shit like some people think. It's the lowest. Then you go to Maharata, then you go to Kirashe, and then after you leave the 15-dimensional time matrix into the ascended master levels, that's what they're called, then you will be at something called the Kundare. Way beyond angels, man. If you really think about it, angels are somewhere in the lower level. Come on. Out of all this, angels are still low. Machiwa. Starseed family. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Robin, thank you for this platform and beautiful journey forward. Your wisdom and artistry is therapy for me. Thank you, Star Sister. Thank you for that kind feedback. And I do put a lot of energy into the art, and I won't just be making aliens, right? I just wanted to go through all of the founder races. I haven't even gone through all the founder races. Like I've done the Anu and the Anuhazi, and I've done the Odedicron, Omicron, and Athean, but I haven't finished. No, I've done the bird people, right? Haven't I done a video bird people? Or I haven't done bird people. I might still have to do the bird people. The Ceres bird people. Yeah, I haven't done a Ceres video, but I've done the. And I haven't touched the violet flame yet. The dolphins, the whales, the aquatic apes, the Pegasi. I still gotta do a Pegasi video, man. Celine, woo! No way! Thank you, Star Sister. Bless you, Holy One, Star Sister. And it means a lot. Thank you so much. And it reminds me of what I wanted to talk about, you guys, about my experience on Sunday with psilocybin mushroom. And it was more powerful than the previous. Well, I can't really say that. It's not more powerful, but it was a very unique experience compared to the previous experience, where I saw myself as the previous experience, I saw myself as a Lyran and an Azurite. A very unique being. Whatever this Azurite being is extremely unique, and I saw tons of extraterrestrial races, many selves, pieces of, and I want to say that I should record these because I'm also speaking many different languages. Like each incarnation, it's got its own language. You're living on a different planet. in a different race, a different language, of course. This is why some people can channel themselves, channel their higher selves, channel their family of consciousness, like speak those languages. This is what you hear me do sometimes. And so but Sunday was very unique, man. Because I think it was almost an hour, like the whole thing was like 6-7 hours long, but this portion of it was almost like an hour and a half long. I felt my consciousness, this consciousness, 3D, I felt it go to like 1,000 times greater, if that's appropriate, or I could say 1,000% greater. It was greater than 100%, 200%, 500%, 800%, 1,000% or greater. I felt my consciousness go. It was like unbelievable to experience this lucidly and consciously, lucidly see my mind in a whole nother level. I'm just truly grateful for it, man. And it's like I saw myself as a family. Like it was more than one person, more than one personality. It was a dialogue. It was sometimes in English, but a lot of times in another language. It was incredible. And it was the first time I ever saw this unusual, unique consciousness. And it was very friendly. It even had a sense of humor up there. And OMG, OMG, OMG. Now, I saw many, many, many different races that I never saw before this time. I believe I even was seeing some other type of beings like the gold flame. Like, I'm pretty sure I saw reptilians and dragons. But I didn't see no anger I didn't see no darkness. I mean, I didn't feel darkness. But I got to see different types of aliens, man, that I never saw before. And if you're new and you never heard me talk about this kind of stuff, I just want to say, you might as well grow your own mushrooms in a mono tub. That's my advice, because I tried the jars. It's a hell of a lot of work. You got to sterilize the jars. You got to heat all the jars. I had to use these, you know how people have pet lizards and snakes? They had a heating pad. I needed heating pads for all those jars. You know, some of those jars got contaminated, some didn't. It was a pain in the ass to do it in jars. Do it in a mono tub. Straight up. You will have, after you're done, you can harvest about 3 or 4 times. Like all the mushrooms will grow, you pick them and put them in a jar. Okay, that was one flush. It will come and grow again. You got to pick all those and put those in jars. And you got to get a dehydrator, because otherwise they're just going to rot like a regular vegetable does. You got to preserve them. So you got to dehydrate them just like you dehydrate fruits. You dehydrate the mushrooms and put them in long-term storage. Now you got a shit ton of psilocybin, baby. You don't need to go buy it illegally, buy it from somebody or somewhere, and hopefully it comes in the mail, or hopefully it doesn't put you in trouble. Buy your own or grow your own. It's not hard. I might even make a video about it. It will be shiitake mushrooms. It won't be psilocybin mushrooms, but you know what I'm saying? I believe it is profoundly benefits your spiritual journey. You guys, even if you do it once in your life, even if it's just once. But once you get experience, you're going to want to do it more than once because it gives you so much data, so much information, so much ideas about your spiritual identity and path and history. You'll see lifetimes of memory. Incarnations, most of my incarnations that I'm seeing are way in the future, like millions of years in the future, because of the consciousness that you see. You can, right? Because we learn about density 1, carbon matter. We learn about density 2, they're like ghost-like. We learn about density 3, they're very ghost-like. We learn about density 4, they're liquid light beings. So you got some knowledge when you see them. When you see them, you can get an idea of where they are. By their appearances, by their matter density, you get an idea of what they are, of what you are, a part of you. Because we talk about your higher self. I made one of my lives, it wasn't the last live, but the one before that. I broke down what the higher self is. These teachings break down the higher self. But on this medicine, on this journey, you will see tons and tons and tons of your higher selves. They look like aliens. They are aliens. You're an alien. Okay? You're from different planets. You're speaking different languages. You have different intelligences. Like here, you can have 200 IQ. Up there, tens of thousands of IQs and greater. It is unbelievable what I witnessed and experienced for an hour and a half out of my 6-hour journey. It was probably more than an hour and a half. It was like 2 hours because I saw collectives, but I also saw persons, like one person who was talking or who I was experiencing for a long time. Yes, sometimes we have a collective, a family. It's called your personal Christos of 1,728 selves. Some of those selves, some of your selves could be dark. So if you could experience one of these dark experiences, this is why you make this a ritual. You go through the practice of cleansing and purifying yourself, putting up your Maharic seal. These teachings teach you how to do a Maharic seal. You put intention. You put prayers to Holy Elohai. I do. If you want to go to your avatar, pray to your avatar. It's not prayer. It's not worshiping. It's communicating that part of yourself that you will probably experience in your journey. I always put that to only experience love and light, only experience Melchizedek Cloister Emerald Order Guardians, only experience. So you put that in there. You charge it way before you actually drink it. And yes, you want to crumble it up, powder it. You can't measure this thing without powdering it. You're not going to get the quantity correct. The way. That's why you need a little scale. I have a little scale that does milligrams. Okay, so you check how many milligrams your powder is. You got to get one of those. I have a spice grinder. You put your dehydrated, because you got a whole bunch of dehydrated mushrooms. Put them in a spice grinder. A few seconds, it's powder now. Take your powder and make it so it can't get aged or deteriorated. You want to airproof it. Long-term storage it. Now when you want to go on medicine, you have it at your leisure. You have years and years supply of it. That's what one mono tub will create for you. You will have at least 2 years of product to use it for yourself or whoever, And so then now you can get a little spoon. I had to order some on Amazon, a small little spoon, scoop out and put it on the weigh counter. Oh, 1 gram. That's the perfect one to start with. Especially if you haven't done it in years, or if you've never done it, start with 0.5 gram. That would be 500 milligrams. Or just stick to 1 gram. Your goal is to get to 2 grams. Like, do it an hour later. Do another gram. You know, when you're in a safe space, when you feel that the experience is lucid, very visual, and you feel safe, you're in safe levels of yourself, you're having safe experiences, then put the intended dosage. You want to take a 2 gram trip, a 3 gram trip, now it's safe to do the rest of the medicine. This is my step-by-step process. And I hope some of you will experience some of your higher selves. Because this medicine, I haven't been told this. This is my own experience. This medicine temporarily awakens your dormant DNA. This is how you can see higher selves. How else could you explain it? You see higher 6-dimensional selves, 9th-dimensional selves, 12th-dimensional selves, ascended master selves, collectives. You see massive collectives. Through this gift, man, this is a huge gift, a blessing gift. It focuses on your consciousness. It was created by Source God. Whatever planet it's from or source it's from, it was created to activate this part of yourself in your spiritual journey, even if it's just one time. And not everybody following the Christos information is going to tell you that. That's not coming from the Christos material. It's coming from your brother Anhazi, and you do with what you will with that. Machiwa. Yeah, I drink mine with water, and it's powdered. And you don't need a ton of water to drink powdered mushroom. You could put a tiny bit of water, and then that's only like, 3 swigs. Yes, it is gross. It tastes gross, but so does a lot of medicine taste gross. And this is medicine. So, I used to have to eat something with it. Like I put some jam on a piece of bread. I don't eat jam anymore. I don't eat bread anymore. I can handle it now. But you could use some crackers and cheese. You can put anything that will help you get past swallowing it into your body. But don't eat a bunch of food you want to do this without food, man. I mean, you don't want to be full. You should have fasted the whole day, at least the whole day, before you did the medicine. So, drum rattle. Yes, thank you for reminding me, Robin. I'm doing a drum circle for sure on Saturday, unless there's bad weather. But I will definitely do a drum circle on Saturday. So. It's been a long time. I really miss it. I watch their videos that they make every weekend, and I'm like, darn it, man! I wish I got to go to that, right? 2 grams? Yeah. On Sunday, I end up doing like 3.5 grams. But yeah, like I said, if your tolerance is way down, you don't need that many. You might get away with 2 grams instead of 5, like most people. Dude, I only did 2 or 3 grams, and I was seeing high levels with just fine. Yeah, those mushrooms there's some powerful, all those cultures, like you said, you mentioned all those cultures like Ecuador, even Peru, and Brazil. You know, they have the shamans, they have the history, they have the experience, right? Jedi, Martian stealth Jedi says put it in yogurt. Yogurt is good too. That'll help you get it down. See, you guys got experience too. Thank you, Brother Indigo. Thank you. May all your paths attract Christic-minded beings. Thank you, man. Bless you. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is... that's what we usually do, is we try to put boundaries on the type of energies that we don't want in our life or in our children's life. So sometimes you don't have a choice, like, you know, my daughter, I fought for her for custody, but she was young, like 2 years old. So usually the daughter will go to the mother anyways. It wasn't like the mother was more secure than I was. I was the one that, you know, had the money or could take care of it. But she ended up with the baby. And they were trying to make it look bad, like I did something wrong or something. I'm not a good father or I couldn't be a good parent. It was all despicable and terrible, but, you know, that's what happens when people fall out and they share kids together, right? So a lot of not so great things happened to my daughter under her mother's roof, right? So, but it's a journey, man. It's a journey for all of us, and it's something that some of us become aware of, and we heal ourselves. We find our path. We find our mission. We upgrade ourselves. We start having these ascension symptoms. We start going into these journeys, developing psychic abilities, start seeing aura, start seeing energies, feeling energies, seeing alien beings and angels and fallen angels, and the people are just sitting there in the same part of life. To each their own, man. I'm not. It's 2025, and I'm not messing around. I'm not slowing down anytime soon. I'm going to keep on growing and growing, evolving spiritually, mentally. My consciousness is going to keep growing. That's the path of an ascending person. Ascending person is evolving, is learning, is training techniques, is becoming a psychic person, a powerful manifesting person. Everything should keep on improving, you guys. It's not easy down on earth, but you get to a point where you'll just be kicking spiritual ass, man. You'll just be rocking it. You'll just be in the groove of your higher potential. You'll be connected right there with your family, your consciousness, your higher consciousness. So all right, you guys, it's 8:30 my time, so we're going to be bringing this down to an end. So thank you guys so much for being part of this tonight. Yeah, empty stomach, definitely. The only downfall is I wanted to say, you guys, it helps to me, in my experience, it helps if you smoke even one hit when you do the medicine. But I don't take that hit until I feel the mushroom coming on, and I don't want to wait till later because it might make the too strong. I do it before it's too strong. So I also noticed When your consciousness is raising and raising and raising in this medicine, it takes 3 to 6 hours. When it's going up and up and up, in the lower fields, you might experience darkness, but you will get through that. You will get through that. And so this is why I do it very carefully and very progressively, because I'm trying to jump into that, past that low level, or that, kind of like the lower astral level. You're going to get some negative aspects maybe from your family of consciousness. Just like you can look at this life, look at your life now, when you were 20, when you were a teenager, or whenever. There was parts of you that were pretty messed up, pretty distorted, maybe dark, twisted. Well, isn't it likely that some of your other parts also are dark and twisted while you're taking your medicine here in the 3D and shooting up, rising up? You might go through and experience some of those selves that are dark and twisted who want to mess with you. It might seem like it's a demon or some fallen angel or maybe some witch, but it's most likely you at a different part, at a different self. So keep that in mind. Machiwa, Holy Ones. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Thank you for being part of this field, this Christos field. You came here for a reason. Yourself, your higher self, brought you here for a reason. You're going to get into these teachings. We gave you the links. Start your journey. It's completely free. You don't have to become a member. You don't have to pay for anything. We give you the links, you guys. That's just to support this community. But you can start reading Voyagers. Go into some of the Emerald Order workshops. Ashiana Dean workshops. And start educating yourself. Start practicing. Thank you, guys. Machiwa. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. I am Christ Star. I am Christ Star. I am Christ Star. Know thyself. Be thyself. Wow! I see this magenta color. Woohoo! You saved me, Galactic High Priestess! Whoa, yes! Machio, darling. Thank you so much, sister. Bless you. And your support is amazing. She wrote this message. Thank you for sharing your wisdom, Brother Anuhazi, and for being a constant inspiration. Yes! Thank you for being an inspiration. Excuse me. Thank you for being part of this energy, this community. You joined us about a month ago, right? It's so awesome to have all of you guys, to see you guys changing and, in your journey. And it's exciting. And we wish the whole race planet was going to ascend, but it's just not happening, you guys. But our goal as wayshorers and trailblazers is to reach as many people as we can. Mr. Mandeism is going to reach people. Indigo Wizard's going to reach people. Celine's going to reach people. Galactic High Priestess is going to reach people. I'm going to reach people. Tom Sean is going to reach people. All of you are going to reach somebody. Oh, no, you want? I told you what I already ate, Mr. Falcon X. I cook alkaline meals. Sometimes I cheat because I don't feel like cooking. So sometimes I will just eat something not great. But, you guys don't have to beat up yourself. You don't have to be so strict all the time. You can be flexible. You're not going to hell. You're not going to lose your ascension if you break your diet or something, right? We're not perfect, but we're aiming for our highest self, yes? And so I like to cook alkaline meals. One of my favorite ones I shared with Stardust Goddess recently is my alkaline vegan chili. It doesn't have meat. It has tomatoes, bell peppers, like green and red, onion. It has celery and carrots and zucchini and garbanzo beans, or chickpeas, you call them, and seasonings, of course. And I love that. I eat that regularly. Like every month, I'm having some of that, right? There's also other alkaline meals. You guys, there's an excellent source for alkaline, which is Dr. Sebi, a Dr. Sebi diet. Let me share it with you, because this is where I learned. Of course, there's other people, but this is one that really helped me a lot. Thais Conscious Kitchen. Thais Conscious Kitchen. And I'm putting him in the link, or in the chat. I love what I learned from him. So there's a link right there I just shared with you. I'm not eating pizza, if you're talking to me. Nut grain bars, yeah. Yeah, I stay away from anything that has bread or anything like that. It's not alkaline, so. But hey, to each their own, right? Thank you, Sir Mattism. Woohoo, brother! Yeah! And welcome to the club, man. Glad to have you. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, Dr. Sebi, man. Bless him, that brother. They murdered him, man. That's my opinion, and many other people's opinion. Because he was curing cancer. They don't want people knowing about cures of cancer. Dr. Sebi was using herbs and alkaline diet to cure cancer. What's up? Because most humans are eating meat. It is the highest level of acidic foods that you can eat. Just saying, from an energy point of view, meat is the most acidic. This is why you're going to get diseases and cancers and all, because all the people in my family ate like that, who have died of cancer. My mom has been a lot smarter than her mom when it comes to diet. My grandma used to eat candy a lot, bless her, right? And we just got to be more smarter about our diet. Who wants to go in your later life, or even midlife or early life, with diseases? Look at the young generations. What the F is going on? Man, it's the crap that all this acidic food that people are just have no clue. All the artificial dyes cause cancer in those cereals like Fruit Loops. It's one of the worst ones. Those and the same company in another country aren't using those same artificial dyes that cause these diseases and cancers. And then plus you're drinking milk, which is dairy. And, I'm not knocking on your guys' food. I'm just saying food is a spiritual topic. It is part of spiritual change. Being able to have mastery, self-control over food. A lot of us are still dealing with that. It's difficult to get over food, especially when food is part of a social structure. We eat with friends and family and loved ones, and if you're going to be like, I'm not eating that, or I'm fasting. It becomes a social issue. Thank you guys. Bless you for being here with me tonight. I'll see you again soon on Saturday. We should have fun. I don't know if I'm doing a regular live, but I'm definitely doing a drum circle live. So it will be a change. I'm not going to do that all the time. Don't worry. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me. Thank you guys. Thank you to my moderators. Thank you to all my members. Thank you for all the guests tonight. I hope to see you guys soon on my next live. Take care of yourself. Love yourself and love other people. Blessing to you and your spiritual journey. Much respect. Reverent respect to all of you. Peace, grace, mindfulness. Machiwa. Aho, holy ones. Good night, you guys. I love you. Let me write that in chat. Omni Christos love. Omni Christos love, baby. Woohoo! Party time! Have some lucid dreams tonight, you guys. Good night. See you soon. Check out my other videos. I made a video tonight about aliens. Check out my artwork. Yeah. See you on Saturday, man.